Welcome to Rebecca Sounds Reveille. We are going to rock the house today because with me is a young actress, director, executive producer, and a writer. She began her career making YouTube videos with her dolls. It's really exciting to hear what she's doing because they were a way to inspire other young girls. And so she began writing her own scripts, making her own sets, and then she even made clothes and began filming the videos. She's done the voiceover work for all of her own videos, along with videos for other YouTubers. So she's also a voice artist. And so for about, over 7 years or so, she has worked on building her career behind the camera. And well, sometimes on the camera too. So she's going to be on the camera with us today. So for those of you who are listening out there, we're going to hopefully head you on over to YouTube, Bridge TV, or IGTV so you can check out what she's got going on. You've got to see this, but she's not only known for her YouTube videos, but photography. And early on, she even knew that she wanted to act. And so the feeling of being a little bit of shy sort of kept that fear away from that. And well, like this switch, it just turned on for her and she decided she was going to be an actress and not let anything stop her. And this is what I suggest all of you do. Also, let that switch just go off for you. And when you feel inspired, you got to move on it. So what she does now is she reads books on acting, taking classes, doing acting with the acting coach, and she's still focused on what she does, which we're going to bring to you today, and it's going to help inspire other girls. If you have a young person in your life, this is definitely something that you want to take a look at, and you're going to want to follow her. You're going to see why. But following the dreams and just chasing away the fears that have stopped them from things that they have wanted to do. So everybody, what an inspiration this is, because she wants to share with how you can reach your goals just like she has. Welcome to the show, Taylor Kent. I'm so glad to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
So before we get started, you have a guest yourself sitting right next to you. Tell me who your guest is.
So this is my doll, Billy, but in my recent movie that I just released, she played the character Ira, who is the daughter of the Blue Fairy.
I love this. Okay, tell the audience which film we're watching for with Billy.
So Billy is in a movie that I just released called All Things Hidden in Fabia. And it's a fantasy movie about a young girl named Bay who is from the modern world, but she gets transported to a fantasy land called Fabia. And she meets Ira and Peter Pan, and they team up to stop the villain Red Riding Hood.
Now, this is really creative. How long did you have this idea and start writing about it before you developed it into a movie?
So this actually, I began just thinking it was just going to be a normal video for my YouTube. And then I just got writing and it just became a whole thing. Like I just couldn't stop writing. I had so many ideas flowing. And eventually it turned into a 3-part long script and a 52-minute movie.
This is incredible. This is so exciting. You have been inspired for a long time. When did you start writing and putting your, creative thoughts down on paper?
Back in January, after my birthday, actually, I got the idea for this movie and I started writing. I actually teamed up with another doll YouTuber and we wrote together. And then we just kind of together just came up with all of these ideas and they kept flowing and we kept writing. And eventually we got to a point where we're like, yeah, this is going to be an entire movie. And I started producing it and I finished in May.
This is really exciting because you are on the road to doing some major things. This is just the beginning and you've been doing some things for a while already. So let me ask you, I mean, how complex is it to do all of these different roles for you?
Yeah, so I don't know, I've been doing my YouTube for since 2013 is whenever I started. So I was like about 11 years old. And ever since, I've been voicing my dolls and writing scripts. And each doll, they each have a personality that kind of just comes out. And I know which doll, how they sound, how they act, and how to voice them each time I do a video.
That is a lot of work. And so you're very talented. Now, so besides Billy there with you, do you have any other characters from the movie?
Yeah, I actually, with me right now, I have the main character. So this is the main character of the movie. My doll Viola, she played Bay, and she was voiced by my really good friend AG Jitters, or Andrea is her name. On AGTube is what we call doll YouTube. And so she was the main character, and she's the doll who she lives in the modern world in Iowa, but she gets transported to Fabia.
Okay, so we're not going to share with the audience how she gets transported because we definitely want to encourage them to head on over and watch this. I mean, this is really exciting. You're getting a lot of traction from what you do, and I know you've invested a lot of time. So you have another movie as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share?
Yes, so it is called Noonan Strong, and it's a documentary that my parents are producing about the tornado that hit Noonan, and I'm directing it. So we're just kind of going through the story of what happened and how Noonan came together as a community to rebuild.
Very contrast, roles here with what you're doing. Are any of your characters, your doll characters, involved in this movie as well, or no?
No, this one is with people, and it is going to be a documentary, explaining the tragedy that happened and how people come together and we work together and help people that need it, and rebuild the city.
This is going to be absolutely incredible. Everything that you're doing is just extraordinary. How do you fit as far as time goes?
It's definitely hard to manage everything. And definitely as I was filming the movie that I made, I was in school in my senior year, second semester. And so I had to balance doing school, and I even missed a few days of school because I would go out filming for the documentary, and then I would come home, I would do schoolwork, and then I would work on filming with my dolls. So it's definitely a balance that you have to figure out, but I managed it and I pulled through.
This is neat. So now that you've graduated, tell me how much you're focused on this and some of the other things that you have got going. I mean, do you just are really embedded in this? And I just got to tell you, I'm really excited to hear your perspective.
Yeah, now that I'm graduated, it definitely frees up my time. I'm working on getting my acting career going. I'm working on getting into sets, doing background work currently, but I'm hoping to get, bigger roles. And I'm, working to save up for a car. But then I'm also, while I'm doing all of that, I still continue to make videos and take photos for my Instagram and still do what I love with my dolls.
I so love this. This is really exciting. Let me ask you, so far, out of all of the things that you've done, directing, executive producing, building sets, your photography, and creating the videos, what do you find, and you might find all of it the most rewarding, but what would be the most rewarding?
Definitely what comes out of making my videos, seeing the comments, how people are inspired. I like making people happy. That's what makes me happy. So seeing young girls love my videos and how my videos inspire them to make their own. I even had someone tell me that they bought a Blair doll and named her after one of my characters. I've had a few dolls named after me, which is so exciting to see how people really respond to what I create.
This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible because this is so unique, and I know it's so welcoming, and you have combined it also with fantasy. So you have really been able to create such a niche that people are really interested in what you're doing. Now, do you have any other characters you want to share with us?
Yeah, I can show. Let's see. So this is my doll Caspian. He's my newest doll, actually. He played Peter Pan in All Things Hidden Fabia. So he was definitely a fun character, and I had a awesome voice actor for him that I cast. I think I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but I think it's Dexter Kingwills. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he's great. And he was Peter Pan.
This is so exciting. Do you do casting calls for your voiceovers?
Not typically for the movie, yes, just because I wanted it to be big. I wanted to have multiple voice actors. But for regular videos, I usually do most of my dolls and voice them all.
Unbelievable. This is really neat. Well, okay, then let me ask you how you started developing the ability to change the vocals.
I just figured it out. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Most of my stuff is self-taught. Because I started young, I just figured things out as I went. I figured out how to work a camera. I actually started filming on my iPod when I was younger, and I would make videos there. And then I got a phone, so I switched to that. And then for Christmas, about 2017, my parents finally got me a camera, and I've had that ever since. But I taught myself how to do that. I taught myself how to sew, how to build the sets, and even how to edit the videos.
This is incredible. So since you build the sets, well, let me just shift for a second, because what I'm wondering is, are you getting anybody who wants to purchase the clothes that they see in the movie?
No, I actually haven't had that, but I did at one point try to open an Etsy shop, but I just got too busy to keep running it. So that didn't last long, but I do enjoy to sew the clothes. And yeah, if people would like costumes, I could possibly make those. Yeah.
That's really neat. I mean, that's an exciting thing. And I know that a lot of people will purchase the things that they've seen, the costumes from movies and things like that. So I just wondered how that was, if that had been kind of intertwined, and that would be neat. I'm going to send that out to the audience and see if we can drive you some traffic that way. And wow, you guys have got to see what Taylor's doing. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is something I have never seen before, along with the intertwining of fantasy. This is incredibly creative. And the fact that, Taylor, you're making the costumes, you're building the set, you write the script, you do the voiceovers. I mean, you are multifaceted in you just have so much talent within you. This is absolutely incredible. It's exciting to hear. And it's exciting to see some of the things that this is going to launch you into. Do you have anything on the horizon that you can share with us?
As of my YouTube channel, I don't have any projects in the making right now, but obviously that will change because I never know when I get inspired.
Yes.
As for the summer, I'm still working on acting and getting that going, and trying to do some videos in between.
I really love this, and we're going to definitely want to have you back on the show to talk about some of the acting roles that you get, more of your YouTube videos. I think that the things that you're doing are an absolute inspiration. And one of the areas that is so needed is inspiring young girls and allowing them to overcome their fears. And that inspiration can launch them to do things that they didn't feel they were capable of, or bring them to places that are new and exciting. And you're doing it. You're making this happen. You've been doing it for a long time and valuable. There's just so much value in what you're doing.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, if we were going to have the audience go and connect with you, what social media would you like them to connect with you on? And what are the links that you would like to see them go to?
So I'm definitely most active on Instagram and YouTube. So my YouTube is called Paris Wonders AG. And then my Instagram, I post photography, I post behind the scenes of my videos, and that is wonderful_AGZ. I also do have a Twitter. I don't post often, but sometimes I will post behind the scenes as well. And that is also Paris Wonders AG. And I think that's about it.
I love it. I want to thank you so much for being with us today and sharing a couple of the characters. I don't want to disclose them all because I really want to encourage the audience to get connected with you. What you're doing has so much value, so much creativity, and I really think that it's important for them to get connected with you. So I thank you for what you're doing and your mission. And I am super excited about your upcoming things that are in. I know that there's some things in the works, so I'm really excited about them.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It was a blast.
I'm excited, you guys. You have got to connect with Taylor. She is just doing something that's so important. And if you may not yourself, as an adult, be into the dolls, let's say, but I know that you want to connect with young girls who want to be motivated and inspired and have confidence built. And this does that. So definitely connect with Taylor on the different forums that she talked about, the platforms, YouTube. And you can also connect with her, like she said, on Twitter, but more so on Instagram, because you're going to get to see the different photographs that she's taken, both behind the scenes and other things that she's got going on. And you will be able to follow her career with her. This is exciting. And there might even be more. You might be able to get her to start making some costumes or share some. I'm super excited about this. So definitely connect with her. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rebecca Sounds Reveille. I can't thank you enough for supporting all of the actors, artists, entertainers, authors, everybody that comes on the show, and me to help get the tools and resources in your hands so that we can make our lives much better. Thanks for tuning in today. Make sure you share this with everybody you know on social media. Everybody you don't.